You guys, I'm pretty sure my mattress is trying to kill me. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I'm Tracy. This is my channel. These big old glasses. Tracy from the Mermaid Cove. Hi, everyone. I believe Friday I might go looking for some mattresses because this is going to kill me. And so my goal, I have to write down, but my goal today is look at Consumer Reports to get an idea. And then I'm still kind of feeling like a full bed, but I can't in my head visualize it. So, you have to go and kind of lay around on these things, apparently. Oh, I'll go to the mattress store, take a good old nap. So, yeah. And I'm just going to go to like a mattress warehouse. There's one where Mom and I bought our mattresses. Anyway, but I have some updates. I feel I'm transitioning into living. I feel like I talked to a friend last night, and we're gonna make some quiche this morning, and I just, this quest, right, of decluttering to the point to make space for something new, to something to change, right? And I love these so much. Y'all, I got a roommate. We're signing leases in a couple days. And that whole figuring out a lease thing, y'all, gosh, there's so much learning I have to do. And I won't really talk about her, just, privacy, and I can only, I'm not even going to give her my channel name, any of that. Just quick, she's getting divorced, she's young, she's in her 30s, she's trying to figure stuff out. She has a cat, so that will be interesting. I think Claire and I have been having many discussions about how great she's going to be to this young cat. And honestly, she'll probably be happy to give Claire a little bit of food at 6 o'clock when I'm not home till at 9. But she's lovely, and I feel blessed. And I feel like had I not done everything I did, I might not have attracted that kind of energy. And that, I think, was what I was afraid of. So I'm just, I feel relieved. And, as different as it's going to be to share my house and my space, I couldn't have probably picked anyone better. And y'all, I have a goal. Now, this is a huge goal. I want by winter her to be able to park in the garage. 2-car garage? 2 cars? Y'all, if you drive up and down here and see when garage is open, nobody's parking 2 cars in that garage. So we'll see. I told her I can't promise, but I'm going to work on it. So I like the idea of, I don't know, she has her own bed and nightstand and chair, so that's going to go. And luckily my cleaning lady and her crew are going to come, put everything in the garage, and then they're going to take it. So that makes me happy. And the bedding and everything. And I was thinking like, okay, because there's a comforter, sheets, pillows. And I thought, why would I put those in a closet for just in case, right? So yeah, I'm like, take the bedding, take everything. I actually have extra sheets for them because they might not have a queen size sheet. So it's a good feeling that, and they need it and they're gonna use it. And Kenny is we're gonna move forward on a new dishwasher. I said I don't do well with stainless steel, y'all. But I have a black stove. I'm like, can we just do black? And then a simple. I want it to turn on, clean, turn off. I don't need delayed. I don't need power this or that. Never this fancy dishwasher my mom got. We never knew how to do anything other than turn on and off. That's the truth. I just wanted something easy. That's all. Something easy and the least expensive, right? Not cheap, but least expensive. how blessed am I to have somebody, really, Kafia's my clean lady, and I've known her a long, long time. And, but yeah, so I'm still sort of, I feel like I told you all, like a frozen. I feel like I'm starting to thaw out a little bit. But y'all, I got 2 doctor's appointments ahead of me, and I'm going to be, I'm trying to, you guys, to make a doctor's appointment, I do not know how older people do it. Because one, you couldn't make your first appointment. You had to pre-register, and then they called you. Okay. Then I had a portal thing. And every time I was trying to make a password, it's like, for some bizarre reason, it would give me why I didn't like it, and I couldn't understand it. I've never had trouble making a password before. But I've been using my planner and writing stuff down and my passwords, and it's just, I thought, how do people do it? It was so frustrating. It took me an hour to figure everything out. So, and like I said, I'm not feeling that well, and I think I'm just gonna get blood work done. Not probably at that appointment, but I want to get a recommendation for internist from this place. If not, I'll go to the one I went to, my brother's doctor, until I find somebody. That's on my goal. And then I'm kind of excited. I think one of the things I was going to do when I get a roommate is join the YMCA. It's in walking distance. I could literally walk and do my cardio. And if my roommate wants to join, it's like $40 each. But if as a senior, you guys know how much? I'm like 30 years older than her. She is. I'm like and Beverly and I were talking. She goes, I always thought you get an older person. I'm like, I am the older person. Wow. But if as a senior, it's like $52 a month, which is so reasonable. And they have a pool and all kinds of yoga and all kinds of stuff. So that is something, especially since I don't have to spend time. Now, I am not done cluttering, right? But it takes I am to a normal state, I feel. So I'm not going to spend all this time like doing that kind of thing, where I can, like on a day off, run to the gym, And eventually, once I get going, a couple weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, I'm gonna get a training session, and I got to see how much they cost and all that. But probably what I'd like to do is have like 4 sessions in a row and have a program, because I want to lift weights. I want to become strong. I feel like my muscles are weak, and they are, because I'm not doing weightlifting and stuff. So I want to come up, have someone come up with a program with me, and we work it till I know it, because you got to really have good posture. But I have good muscle memory from working with a trainer before. And then take 6 weeks and work on that program until I feel really like I'm ready to move on to something harder or something new. So I've outgrown that certain program. So that's my thinking. That's super important to me. Just for mental health too, right? And you know what? 3 days a week, I don't have to be at work till 11. That's plenty of time to go to the gym. And then my every other Friday, all that stuff. Weekend, probably crazy busy, probably wouldn't interest me as much unless taking a class. But there is a lot of time in my schedule to join. And Mom and I were going to join, but it took them over 15 years or something crazy. Like, I think they finished it maybe 6 months after my mother passed. But anyway, and it's so funny because I was in the living room. I have my creepy Santa out. I was trying to decide to keep him. There's something about him I'm going to keep him, but he will not be in the living room. And then I have this kind of old falling apart doll. It's really, I used to have her out at Halloween. Anyway, I took her from, I looked around, just thought, what's really odd? What's a little spooky? Anyway, so I didn't have to remove too much. Just those two, and they'll go in my studio. My studio is going to take a year. I'm giving myself a year. Maybe it'll be 9 months, but it's going to take time. But in my head, like right now, anything that's empty is on the bed, right? And so my goal is to get things out of bags and into containers, and I really only want like 10-gallon, maybe 13-gallon containers. I don't want them big. So get everything that needs to be sorted in that and out of bags so I can stack them nice and they're easy to move. And then I got all kinds of fun discoveries to make in there. And then I'm working on my shelves, right? I want to get, right now I'm trying to put all, like right now I've got a lot of scrapbook paper I will never use. So I'm going to go through and I want to really let go of some stuff that just doesn't turn me on, right? And maybe in half, I think. And also I'm going to go through my notebooks and all that stuff because, I'm going to give stuff to Sophia and her crew, for those that have kids and, stuff, even if it's not expensive, like you can get a lot of stuff at Walmart, but still it adds up. And so that's really right now I've got to be in my bonnet about really getting in there and letting stuff go for other people. And Beverly and I are working on a, what we call a financial plan. We're working on a financial plan and also I am going to, my new roommate had a suggestion for EMDR. Like people don't even know what that is. Like how simpatico, is that the word? Yeah. And I will probably do some of this downstairs in general, but there's gonna be a lot of time I work every other weekend. Like I am gone from, let's just say 9 to 7, Saturday and Sunday. That's gold, y'all. When you have a roommate, that's like gold. But yeah, so I'll figure it out. I'm I feel very good. I feel it's blessed. I feel like this is a gift from God. 100% is a gift. She's a gift from God. And I hope I end up being the same thing with her. And like we had a really good discussion. Like, I don't need any more friends, really, but I want to be friendly. And, we'll figure it out. And she's like, and I said, let's just be, number one, let's just be honest. I said, sometimes, as she knows, we all know, I'm clueless. I don't think about something. I mean, I'm actually probably pretty good than a lot of people, but you know what I mean? So I'm like, just feel free. And my refrigerator is half empty. I got to work on my freezer. Y'all, I haven't been to the grocery store in over, it's been a while, 10 days, something like that. Because I have food. Now, I'm dying for banana. My friend last night at work, she went home and she was coming back. I'm like, do you have a banana? She's like, that's a strange request. I'm like, no, I need a banana. I have like 2 sweet potatoes left. I've been having a sweet potato every day. So I got to eat out of my freezer. And yeah. Can you imagine my garage? It's just such a personal challenge, but when I remove there's planks, right? When I remove most of that, because I got to make decisions about these books, I do not want anything paper in the garage. The little things I've collected, stuff like that, I don't care. But paper, I do not want in the garage. So if it's in the garage and I don't really need it or have space for it, then it will be donated. And then I can take that shelving down, and the rolling storage, which there's 4 of, and I really could probably go down to 3, can go against the wall. And then, once I have an idea, I'm going to let all this storage I don't need go. There's no reason to have all these empty containers. And the big ones really are a lot harder for me to handle. And for Christmas, I was really smart. I got mostly green and they're smaller ones. So I could carry them up and down, right? We're going to go through Halloween stuff. We're going to go through Easter stuff. I have a lot of things for like junk journals that are seasonal, which I adore seasonal things, but it might be unreasonable the amount I have. But again, once I get my bone, I feel like my bones of my studio are there. Like I've moved tables, so I got to sit down and paint and feel how, like, what might to be like zhuzh a little, but that's gonna be a labor of love, right? And that's gonna be, I think, really important to my creativity. And I just feel like something good's happening with that, something different. But that garage, I'm like, yeah. And on the top, there's storage, and it's I would say, maybe not a half empty, but close. And there's stuff up there that are empties that can go. And like I was thinking, I could put my snow shovels up there. It's wide. Well, I think so. I have to ask Kenny about that. I wouldn't want him to fall. But yeah, so that's a crazy goal, y'all. And I even know there's going to be like a little bookshelf I don't need. Why am I keeping that? Fill it up with what? Nothing? Absolutely nothing. So I feel pretty good about this. I really do. I have a whole bookcase filled with empty things. There's no reason. So for now, I'm not sure. I'm gonna be off Thursday, do lease stuff, and then I'm off Thursday, Friday. Friday, I am going to go look at mattresses, because as I start to work on my physical health, I don't need to come home and get in a bed that's hurting me. Y'all, I think it's trying to kill me. I really do. And it's an old mattress. So I hope I like the full-size bed. And will give me some space. But so right now, I don't remember if I posted yesterday, but I'm very hopeful. I've just accepted my memory's a little shaky right now, but I'm hopeful as I really start to feed my body for use it like almost food as medicine, and work out and really help my brain, that my memory will improve, I think. So, but my room is my next target. And I've talked to you about this. I'm repetitive, but it's like how my brain works. So right now, I'm getting most of the art stuff out. So what I'm going to do is make a little bag that I can carry, whether I wanted to work in the kitchen table for an hour, or my room, or, that's the thinking there. And then, like under my bed's clear. Working on my little altar thing. And I even have a cool, like, we call it husbands in college, that when I'm sitting there, I can prop up my back to be more comfortable. And I have just clothes to hang up. I'm trying to look at my floor. I have tons of nail stuff, y'all. Tons. I told you there's tons, but I'm not ready to do that yet. So other than getting a mattress, I am going to treat myself. And I kept telling myself, when you feel like you have a handle on the clutter, we're going to go treat ourselves to a gel pedicure. I don't think right now, I'm going to do my own nails right now, because they're so short. I'm just trying to keep them comfortable and keep lotion on them and filed and some clear. I got to look and see. I know I must have some kind of good hardener. And to switch now, I told her, I said, if you want a whole thing to put, if you want your own plates, you want your own pan. She said she's not a big cooker. But I said, I can pack up anything and put in the garage. I have space in my garage. So I said, as you settle in and you think, yeah, I want that. She has a lot of stuff in a storage unit. So I said, just let me know. I'm absolutely open to anything. I really am. And I feel really good about that. So we're going to work on my room, and you guys, the nail stuff. Ooh. But this is what I want to show y'all. So I have this old ottoman, like literally, I'm trying to think, someone gave it to me 20 years ago. I think it's from the 60s. Anyway, it's shedding. And it's on my nerves. But Clara needs it to hop up to get on the bed. So I've been looking, and I found just a little, let's see what this is like. This thing was like $20. Y'all, there's Prime Day today, and I don't have Prime, so I cannot do it. But what I might ask for Christmas is a one of those little, this is how much my life has changed, a little handheld Becel wet thing that can pick up stains and stuff. And you guys, I'm still crazy working on all these stains from Clara. And I decided if something happens like that again, she'll be confined to my room. It says customer questions and answers. Why I only received one lid? Why would you need more than one lid? Now, if this doesn't work, y'all, no, this is perfect. Okay. This is one of the easier things to put together. Oh my God. Why would you even have a question? This is perfect. So then Clara can, it's not too tall, so Clara can hop on that and then get on the bed. And then it's not overwhelming, and I can put secret things in here. Yeah, okay. So that's practical. Yeah, I think that's going to be, I'm going to make sure that that's perfect for her. That it's not too far from, oh, especially Jamie, if I get a full bed, it might not be so tall. But yeah, yeah, I just feel like I'm ready to, like I'm thawing a little bit. But I'm thawing and thriving are not the same. And my goal now is, because I will have, you know, extra money that's already earmarked, right? So, you know, I have some goals, right? This loan's gonna take me forever to pay off, but it's a good interest rate, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Just do the minimum. And then, you know, Beverly and I are going to sit down and go through everything and prioritize. Like, I need a mattress, okay? But I will come out of my savings. And I'm going to get a new iPad. My phone didn't work, it's not even like it's a luxury. It's something that I need. So I will take my old iPad with me, and maybe I don't get the big one. But I really would have a smaller one, but with, you know, not run out of space, that kind of thing. But I think they're so fast now. Y'all, I could probably do some fun editing. And I'm going to work on that kind of stuff. And then I need 3 new teeth. So one's getting pulled. The one next to it's chipped. I'm in no pain. So, and then this one over here has been in the process. So I think what I'm going to do is pull that last tooth and then replace the one next to it. That will be my one we're going to work on. And then do the one next to it, because what happens is it'll like, you know, like I think there it'll slide. Y'all, I want to get my teeth whitened, but I have very, very sensitive gums, and every single time I've tried, it's been painful. And I'm not that vain that I would suffer for stuff like that. Mimi was always like, get your teeth. I'm like, Mimi, last time I did, I thought I was in the hospital. But I'm going to do some research and see what I can do with just strips on my own. But then you're drinking coffee. Anyway, I digress. So that's and then finish the other side, because the new dentist is like, you might need 2. I'm like, I'd rather have brace, maybe an invisible brace, and bring that tooth up. I don't know, but that's way down the line. But I'm not going to be toothless. I'm not. And I have good insurance, but still, you know, so it's going to be some cash. And then also, but I really need to get this going. But I'm also going to check into hearing aids. So one of my goals is get my hearing test, and then explore. You know, a lot of my older ladies have told me you can go to Costco, you can get a good hearing aid. And, you know, I could start with one. But I really do feel like, and, you know, from the research and stuff I've done, it's not good, you know. It's not good for your brain. Plus, it's a little too, like, much, y'all, these things are huge. A little bit too much like my mother. But I really am having a hard time hearing it. But I do understand her so much, because your brain works to fill in what they think is the person saying. And with my imagination, y'all, I come up with some stuff. So that's kind of, you know, and I'm going to get all kinds of tests done, and I want to make sure I'm okay. And I've been doing really well without sugar, really eating much sugar. You know, there is sugar in here, but I did have a little scoop, and I mean, like 8 or 10 of the chocolate covered pistachios. So I'm trying to, when I buy something like that, finish it. And that's my snack until it's finished. And then I can switch to a new snack. It's kind of that ADHD. No, we want something different every night. But that's not how I'm going to live. So I can want it. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. So that's the kind of thing. And then going in to do the EMDR. Now my insurance covers, I think 75%, which is really good, maybe 80. But still, that's an expense, right? So, but I think that's non-negotiable. And actually, I am going to call the place she recommended Thursday and get like an appointment. Talk about schedules and stuff, because my thing is every other week on my day off. What I probably would like to do is maybe every other week on my Friday off or Monday off, Anyway, this is the same stuff. I just keep going over my head, but I do have been moving forward. My planner is something I've been working on. And let's say I have something to shred or I get a bill. All that's going into my I have this cute little, I'll have to show you a cute little thing that was for my iPad when I would go over to Angela's. And everything's there, right? And that way I can grab it, take it to work on it, grab it to my room, my library, so I don't have bags of stuff. Like I said, I've shredded pretty much every single thing I don't need. And Beverly and I, we're working on the financial plan. And, this is somehow, right this second, some alarm set. And it sounds like an Amber Alert. I gotta fix that. Claire doesn't like that. But okay, so when I was getting this cube, I'm looking at it now, it's very small. But it's just a stepping stone for Clara. I feel like I'm going to have her test it out and see because it's going to go back if it's not the right size. But that reminds me, I have 2 things I need to return this week to Staples. I'm going to put that in my schedule. Do that tomorrow. Forgot what I was saying. The truth is I forgot what I was saying. I don't know. But Kenny's also going to come power wash my deck and my fences and stuff. So today you guys, last night. So I had stuff in my yard and he's going to do something to my yard. So I was picking stuff up and there was a big litter box and a small one. It was muddy and a branch had been over it and I moved it and something moved. And I thought, oh my God, what's happening? There was a frog and I displaced him. So I put water in it and a little dirt in it and I put the thing over it and I moved it closer to the house. So hopefully he finds it. He's actually a toad, I think, not a frog, a toad. But yeah, and then I scrubbed the front of my house, y'all, and it felt so good to do it. It was just so hot. But I'm going to go back and do another layer of it. And I'm wondering if, not now, because I got to get stronger with weightlifting and stuff, but I wonder if I could paint that. Because I am impatient. I don't think that's going to change as much. But I'm wondering if, that might be a good tiny project to do. But right now I'm running around with my magic erasers. And by the way, the brand name's the best. Do not waste your money on other things. They do not last. So running around with the walls and cleaning off some of the scuff marks. But now my bigger long-term plans are, 1, replace the stairs and the railing on the deck. Okay, talking probably, Kenny always does his best with his friends to help me. As much as my brother's not really interested in me, it made me want to cry, that's the truth. Doesn't mean he doesn't love me, but he's not interested in me. Or having a relationship with me that's, meaningful. Kenny's like a blessing from God. He loves me like a brother. And I feel really blessed. I really am. I want to see if I can get him on camera. I want you guys to meet Kenny. Anyway, he'd be like, oh, Tracy. He always says, oh, Tracy. So, yeah. That's a project, right? And that would probably be more at the top of my list project. Let's just say conservatively $7,000, y'all. And then, other than me wanting to rip out all the grass and put stone, I believe I can take care of that backyard now. And then, I need to replace my carpeting, but I think what I would want on this main floor is flooring. And again, I'm so lucky. I mean, one, Kenny just loves me and thinks I'm wonderful and tells me. But to have someone who knows and will give me the absolute best deal and people I trust around is lovely. So that is something I want to do, and replace the carpet, get some kind of hardwood floor, you know, whatever the best is I can afford, and have this floor done. I mean, those are two of the big things that I'm not going to think about anything else, because those are really two of the big things that, and eventually, you know, I mean, the carpet in my studio, I'm not going to replace that, because I have the freedom, like, not to worry about things. And my library is fine. I'm scrubbing. I'm going to end up probably spending $1,000 on this nature's miracle thing, and that's fine. And, you know, I don't necessarily think I would change. I think I would keep carpet upstairs. I don't necessarily think I would change it to hardwood, but you know, eventually that carpet's never been replaced. But yeah, so that's the kind of thing. And, before the flooring, I really need a new couch. The love seat's in really good condition, but the couch isn't. So that would be, you know, that's something that would be expensive, right? I mean, I would want to get a good quality one that's going to last me. Like, this one was actually in my brother's house when he was married, his second house, I think. Like in the den thing, when they moved, she didn't need it, so I got it. Two of our best couches came from my sister-in-law, because she's got exquisite taste. But that is something down the line, and I'm going to look and just have it in my head, and I'm enjoying that process. But also, you know, you never know what's going to happen, how long she might be here. We're doing month to month. I hope a year, I would feel, is my feeling. But I also want to set stuff aside so I can cover my monthly stuff, you know, without a roommate. So that's a goal too. And yeah. And eventually, you know, I would like a new kitchen table. The IKEA thing, you know, it's cheap and it's falling apart. It's old. But those things are wishes. They're not necessary. You know, they really are. And but I have a good feeling, and I really want to work on this channel and get to where maybe I'm bringing in extra money from that, or my art, or that kind of thing. So I'm just kind of open, but I'm really going to laser focus on the flooring is livable. It's that deck, rail, and stairs that are super important. And eventually I have this refrigerator, and I don't think it's a good refrigerator, even though it was expensive. And it's so weird because, you know, I have to ask Kenny, so this is my fault. So when you push it's a bottom freezer, the ceiling thing's not quite as good. I need to write that down. I need to ask him if that's replaceable. I feel like it might be. Y'all, if I gotta write down. I don't have my book in front of me, but Kenny. Freezer, just a freezer. Okay. So, yeah. That's what's happening with me. A lot in my head, but my mental health and working on that EMDR, because think about it, you guys. You know, I've been in therapy a long time. It's been a long time. And all the therapy I learned is with me. Like, I would tell Beverly, this is my thought process. She goes, my therapist's name was, anyway, David. Let's just call him David. And, you know, I hear his voice all the time. And it took time to integrate all that. So, but I've always wanted to change. And especially with the spending, or the, to feel better, right? Or whatever it was I'm filling up. And, and really it's been very powerful and painful to let everything go. It's physically hard. And I had little yelling matches sometimes with my mother. But she's kind of like, okay, get over it. Do better. So I really want to educate myself. Like, even, I don't understand my taxes when I do them. I really don't. And Beverly's super smart at this kind of stuff. So, I'm really going to work on understanding stuff better. And yeah, it's a lot. But right now, I feel calm. I don't feel like I'm overwhelmed, which is awesome because you know what? Visually, now my house is cute. I'm sorry, and it's fun. It's not minimal. I will never be a Japanese type of, decor person. Maybe when I'm really old, I don't know, probably. And but my house, I love it. It's comfortable. It's fun. It's interesting. I knew like this new roommate would be the one because she loves picture books. Like when she came down, she's like, I love picture books. So I have those everywhere. And actually, one of the things I'm going to do before she moves in is go and get like, I don't know, because I have these ledges in there because it was my room where you can put books and face them out. And, books are everything to me. But I'm going to find like, I don't know, 5 or 10 of my favorite new picture books that I know she hasn't seen and put them there for her just as like a starter. And then, nothing better than sitting down and reading a children's book. That's amazing. That will soothe the soul. So yeah, so that's what's going on. And I also know things happen and I want to be prepared. And honestly, this is long-term thinking. Okay, I'm 59 and a half. July 28th is my half birthday for all of y'all. And I had a really good friend, coworker, Sharon, who used to give me half a card, half a cake. Yeah, I love my half birthday. And yeah, so this is long-term stuff and it's good. And, Beverly's been obsessing over my financial plan, which is lovely. And, we're having the hard talks. Like, I probably right now, the most I've spent at Amazon, like this, like cube. I don't want to run around stores looking for a cube, right? It's dangerous for me right now. Now, I am going to do a little thrifting because I want a chair for downstairs in my studio. And I don't want to buy anything new that I have to put together that's going to be ranky cheap or I have to return it. It'd be an ordeal. So I'm gonna go hang out with Beverly soon, and she's this really cool thrift store, so we're gonna go look there. And then I'm gonna give her an idea and get her to run in occasionally and look. And also, where my friend Michelle lives, there's a really Goodwill, and I want to start hanging out with her a little more. So, but it's not going to be a walking every aisle thing. But let's say I saw a cube like this, I would get it, right? But I need this right now because this thing is shedding everywhere. It makes me unhappy, and I can't just take it. My girl needs to get up on the bed, so I feel like it's really small, but we'll see. And also, I didn't do it with this, but I want to measure things. Like I could have measured this and had an idea, right? Because my sense of that is really off. So Amazon is the place I need to watch. If you look at what I see, even though it's stuff I needed, like the Nature's Miracle, and I don't know, I didn't need this, but I mean, for me, it was a little bit of a need. Like Claire's Food, litter. It's like I'm trying to think. Like I got the black light, right? I'm returning the old black light. That kind of thing. It still adds up. And it's almost for me like it just doesn't count. It's really strange. But it all comes out of my personal checking account. So it's not like it goes to credit card. I have 2 checking accounts. So what I do in the one checking account, which is smaller, is I have like my gas bill and electric bill, stuff like that. And I got to change. I got from my psychiatrist guy, I need to switch that to that and have everything coming out of that, and I just keep a small amount of money. Okay. And then you guys, the other thing I'm working on is Comcast. So I really have kind of not been using my alarm because I feel like it's really safe around here. And I might talk to my roommate. I think I had told her I was going to have security, but I might really talk to her and see if she's okay without it, because I don't feel my mom really loved it. And then, I just never thought about it. I just did it. And just have internet and upgrade my internet. That would have to revise my lease. That was interesting. I don't understand this lease, right? So I'm trying to understand stuff. It's a lot. But now I have someone else to consider. So that would save me some money, and I just really don't think we need it. I mean, if something changed, then I could get it. Or if I end up with a different roommate, I might need it, right? That kind of thing eventually. I might look at that because we're looking at my budget where I can control things. And I need to have an Amazon budget, really. It's just so much easier and it saves me so much money not going in stores and stuff. And right now, when I look back, I got a lot of art supplies. So I am just not. I will say this: Amazon Prime had one of these like watercolor sets I've been eyeing for like 6 months, and it's at an insanely good deal. But I thought, okay, number one, you don't have Prime. You're not eligible, and you're gonna call Beverly and get her to order this. No, you're not. And you have. So it's okay that you want new and fresh. And we're not saying down the line that I won't have a smaller budget and can, take a new class and there's something I really don't have that I really think I will use. That's fine. But just to feel bad and start ordering art supplies. No. As I go through and organize. If I bought some paper for art, y'all, you need to smack me down. Because even if a class has a new thing, I have enough to substitute for it. And I have tons of good canvases. I am so blessed and have such abundance that when that need comes up, I'm like, why don't we go do something instead of looking on Amazon for art supplies? Right? And we are going to have a nail and hair budget. Though right now I'm just going to let my hair grow up and keep it back. I feel like the gray is okay. It looks more blonde than gray. And, but I'm going to, did I finish this thought? I'm not sure I did. But I want to get a gel pedicure, which was something I had worked towards with the decluttering. Yeah, I did. Because I'm going to just manage my fingers for now. And, I love them when I have that fake nail stuff. One, it's such a commitment. It's so expensive. It's just so bad for your nails. And my nails are weak right now, y'all. I got to figure out what's going on with my immune system. But I tell you what, I will do a weight loss story, I think. But the highest was 350, and it might have been a little higher because you just don't hop on a scale when you're that big. Had my surgery. You had to lose weight before surgery. So I probably went into surgery at 330, maybe 325. And their goal for me was 175, which is nowhere near my goal. My goal is what it says on my driver's license, which is 220. And I've been hovering in the 240s for a long time. And I am now 239. And I have mixed feelings about it all. I'm fine the way I am. But for my health and as I age, I want to be as strong as possible. And I can get down. Now 220 is maybe not my new goal. I think I would like to be 229, just getting those twos, y'all. And which seems 10 pounds away. But in a very slow, normal way. And I know when I start working out, it's going to help me so much. But really, looking good in jeans is just not, it's a nice thing, but it is not. And it's all an eye of the beholder anyway, right? But just to have my knees feel better, have everything feel better. So I think you guys, I get the gym on, I get my new mattress, and really, going to make cooking healthy food for myself a priority, and it's so much cheaper. And honestly, if you buy food and eat it, that's cheap. If you buy food and don't use it, like I told Beverly right now, Giant has mayonnaise at $3 for a big old thing, which I, probably don't need a big thing, but I don't have backups right now. And I'm almost out of my mayonnaise. Not that it's the end of the world if I don't have mayonnaise, but it's got to be Hellmann's, y'all. I'm sorry, but that's non-negotiable. Number one, I'm more cautious about how much I actually put in my stuff. Like even ketchup, mustard, I try to use less because I always have stuff left over. It's wasteful. Worrying about how much ketchup. But so she's doing a Giant haul and she's going to grab me one. And like my ketchup, I usually have 2 waiting in reserve. Like for what is the emergency if I don't have ketchup? I'm really trying to challenge that thinking. So when I get down to like 2/3, I will go to Trader Joe's and I will get a new ketchup, y'all. But I have tons of stuff in the garage we need to work on. I believe I'll be eating lots of bean salad. And again, I really wanted cookies. I'm like, then you can make them. You have butter. You have literally everything you would need. You make them. right? And you have so much more control. Cake, you don't get a cake mix. They're toxic. You make it. You want a muffin, you make it. So I think now my laziness is overriding, but I know that is something I would like to try. And again, not buying enough ingredients in case a small army comes and forces me to make cookies for the rest of my life. Just like, oh, okay, I need this in order to make that, right? And heaven forbid I'll have something I have to go to the store or postpone it. Really, it's a new way of thinking. And I know right now it's not like I've had a conversion, and no. And that's why I want to do the EMDR. There's things I need to process and move on with to help me feel like I deserve to take care of myself. That I deserve to not buy things I don't need, right? Like I deserve to get up and make myself healthy food. Like I deserve to go to the gym and have a trainer and work out and get healthy. And there is a lot of not feeling like I'm worthy. And that is where I'm working on. And that's not something anyone else can do for me. That's something, it's an internal thing. And I do think, though, I have made leaps and bounds from when I started this channel, you guys. I tend now to be more kind to myself than ever before. And when I do get in sort of, like I was panicked these last couple months, and I did not get information that would have helped me and calm me down. And I'm reading this book. I love reading books on decluttering and stuff. And it's so funny that, like I said, this one book says the first line is, "Hi, I'm Tracy and I'm here to help you." But, she talks about people on open mail. That's a big ADHD thing, but that they think they owe so much to the IRS, they ignore it. And it turns out it's not that bad, or that kind of thing. So I owe no money to the IRS, y'all. They will come for you. That's actually this debt I'm paying off for my mom. Is like, yeah, it had something to do with the IRS. So, but it's a work in progress, and I'm so thankful to share it with you, whoever is here listening. And I want to move forward on my channel. So there's a lot of good stuff I have room in my life to do now. But this was 8 weeks, probably even more. I mean, honestly, you guys, I've been working towards it, right? With my decluttering slowly, 27 things. And now I feel like I'm in a position that I can bring y'all with me. It's just, when I felt panicked and I need to get stuff done, I just had to do it, right? And I love doing the fast forward things. Those are so much fun. But I am going to get brave and take you in my studio and then my library, and we'll do some stuff in my room. And y'all, I'm going to take you with me when we declutter that garage, when we get rid of 20% more. So my roommate can park in there. That is a great goal. And it actually makes me happy. It doesn't feel like, I don't feel dread now when I think about things I have to do, which is wow. In all of the books I've ever read, let go of your stuff. And now I'm telling you right now, I've not let go. But I've let go of stuff that is old, I don't need, that was my mother's, that doesn't have meaning to me. And when I look at my bookcases, y'all, they make me happy. They're so lovely and so curated and just cool. So anyway, that's where we're at. 8 o'clock almost, and I need to, actually, I'm going to go and clear stuff off my deck. So Kenny, when he power washes, I got the vets coming. I think I have just a few more things to add, because I'm going to give a lot. I'm going to go through notebooks and stuff, and I'm going to give them to my clean crew. And, so I'm going to start, I'm in a position now to think of if they need it, like when I let go of the storage, I'm going to offer it all to them. And, I'm just so thankful. Beverly said, "Hey, why don't you?" I was like, "Well, I could put that chair out for the vets." And she's like, "I'll talk to Sophia. I bet some of those ladies need stuff." And she was so right. I'm so glad I did that. And it made me think, like I have an extra sewing machine, and it's the weirdest thing. And I had to have a talk with myself. And I have 3. I'm not sure this one works, but Amy Jo, my friend, had sent me a new one, right? That's all I need. And so I have this other one, and I'm like, you know what? You're going to let it go. This one I know works. And whether Sophia needs it or one of her ladies can use it to sew, or honestly, if they sell it and make money for something else, I'm fine with that too, right? So just like that. But my first instinct was to keep it. It was like, no, what if? What if what? What if what? Like, sweetie, what? What if what? You become you need to have 3 sewing machines going at one time? I mean, really. And the other one I'm going to play with and look at and make sure that and it's real fancy. It's an old, it's a Singer. Now I might have gotten it 10, no, I got more than that. 15 years ago. But it's one that looks like a replication of the original Singer, but it's got all kinds of cool stuff on it, which when I make my cards and stuff makes me so happy. So I'm going to work on that one too and see if it's really, I feel like, I don't know, something really is wrong with it, or I couldn't understand what I needed to do. So those are kind of like things like that. But this one sewing machine, I've already got it in the hallway, and they're coming, I think, Thursday to put everything in the garage, and I'm going to give that to Sophia then. And then I'm going to have some papers and notebooks and theme books and, you know, just notepads, stuff like that for the girls. And I've gone through like paper clips that I have for them, and, you know, binder clips and push pins and, you know, just stuff like that. As God is my witness, y'all, you will not see me bringing in paper clips. Now, I do need some rubber bands, not now, but it's amazing. Rubber bands do not last. They do not last, and they're all trashed, and but I don't need them right now. But one time, you know, the Dollar Tree will have some soon, because, you know, they always have them, but I want bigger ones. Or I'll look at Walmart. School supplies are going to come out, and you know what? I know I can go in there and look and get like rubber bands and enjoy looking at all this stuff without having to bring it home. So, and take pictures for inspiration to do something artistic. Like right now, the theme notebook, and I am going to give it, but they did these little, like almost little mini collages or mark making, and then they drew butterflies around it. So, yeah. I want to, and I'm just going to sit down and practice that and then let that go. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go, and I'm going to actually sit here and have some breakfast and post this. Yeah, there's been so much going on, and that, you know, that's the kind of thing, like, I do better if I post right when I do it, and then really kind of Thursday go down back in the old ones and post them. So I don't think you care that they're out of sequence. But, you know, I know that all this is repetitive, but life's repetitive, right? And I don't know that I would be where I am right now without you guys and the channel and support. Like I was trying to explain, I did tell my roommate I have a small YouTube channel, and you will have absolutely nothing to do with it. And I'm like I said, I'm not even going to give you the name. You know, I do not expect you to watch it at all. But yeah, so I had, like, if I film, like, I have there's stuff I'm suing Mark and I in the winter and taste test. So I'm going to Thursday. What I have to do is, it's so much better to do it in real time, but I am going to go back, you know, I'm going to get rid of all the videos that I'm not going to post, and then go and look, and I got to write the numbers and, you know, like, hey, this is this, and then check them off as I do it. I have been threatening to make a new opening. My friend Michelle's, her boyfriend, we call him Big Dog Stacy. He, dude is super tall, but he has a drone, and I want to do like a Mary Tyler Moore thing. I have so many good ideas like that, but I'm going to, you know, actually dedicate. So we're going to do my room. That's going to be my next push. Cause you know, it's just like, you know, the bookcases are done, y'all. That was hard. And, the things that have things in them, my benches are decluttered. One is full of these t-shirts that I want to do for scarves, and I still do want to do that. So, and again, I can go through clothes again. I'm going to start that. We're going to have a jewelry thing where I'm going to wear like either some piece of jewelry, whether it's, you know, a brooch, a necklace, earrings, just to see if I like them, and earrings to see if they do okay in my ears. There's no point. And I can decide if Beverly wants it, or I can use it in art or gift it to somebody. So that is, yeah. And we are eventually going to go through the gift closet, because I have this storage. It's like hanging storage. It's for sweaters though, and it's always been a nightmare. I'm like, why don't you look at this and figure out a different system? And maybe, with some of the smaller containers I don't need, I might be able to containerize everything and just write outside what's in there. That's something to think about, but not now, because I want to get the regular part of the library done. I'd rather work on that rug. But anyway, okay, guys, thank you. And yeah, so I won't be really talking a lot about the roommate because I expect her privacy. And you know, I'm going to learn a lot about myself, which is nice. I can talk about issues that are coming up in me that I'm dealing with. But overall, I think we're both lucky. We're both blessed. I do think, you know, she was hesitant because she had just moved in with her parents and, you know, she was overwhelmed. And I said, you know, I'm not sure you're going to find a better situation than with me because my schedule is so opposite of yours. And, you know, and really, I'm very open and, you know, and if like I said, anything she doesn't want, I'm letting go of. If she needs space in the kitchen, I am happy to provide it. And yeah, so I think it's going to be a good thing because it's a lot to go through. A divorce is a lot. And, you know, and young, but, you know, good for her. You know, good for her that she's willing. You know, you have to be strong and brave and willing to be vulnerable to do stuff like this. And, you know, I mean, good for her. And like she said, she just wants to, you know, she's been married. It feels like her hobby, right? Or whatever. So, yeah. And y'all, and while this is going on, because eventually she's young, she's going to want to go and maybe she'll need to, you know, of course. You know, I can't keep her for, I don't know, can you just stay here till I retire? That 12 years? That's not a lot, right? But again, I am going to educate myself better on leases and security deposit forms. And I need to make a will. So y'all, I never stop talking. Y'all, stop it. Tell me to go. People don't like my really long videos. But my union, I have all kinds of perks and stuff. So I'm going to call, I think I have access to a lawyer for like doing a will or stuff like that. So I'm going to step up my game on that. I need to do the medical directive stuff. If my brother moves to Spain, like he's claiming, I don't know, because I'm devoid. I live in a universe where there's no politics, there's no presidents, there's no nothing. It's a small world, and I love my little small world. But I need to think of other people for emergency contact. Beverly is absolutely one. And if I got in a situation where it was like, you know, things had to be decided, she'd be perfect. But she's not someone who's going to be able to rush over and pick me up. You know, she lives too far. So I need to talk to people because my nephew now is living in Florida and Arizona. So that's the kind of thing I need to talk. I have some ideas of some friends and have a talk and just so I can, you know, like everything. Who's your emergency contact? Well, right now it's my brother and he's really good for stuff like that, you know. But yeah, so it's a lot to think about, a lot. And I have this really cool book, I'm Dead Now What? Right? And I just haven't been able to face it since my mom died, but I'm going to do that because I want to make it easier for, I mean, you know, for, I would assume Zachy and Carrie coming to deal with things. But, you know, now, let's say something did happen to me, you know, any life you dismantle is a lot. It's a lot. But I tell you what, it's about 50% easier than it was. And that's very important to me. But even too, let's say when I retire, and I want to downsize, but you know, I honestly love my house. It's my home. I feel comfortable here. It is big, but it's big enough, thank God, I can share it with someone. I love the neighborhood. I have all these windows, all this light, and you know, and I'm going to do what I have to do. And my interest rate's insanely good. Eventually, though, that will change, and I will look when I have my time to really, and so hopefully that next step won't be so painful, right? Like this was really painful, but my next step, you know, I'm going. We'll talk about this again 100 times, I'm sure. Bye.